If you had the opportunity to allocate funds every time you spend money anywhere in the world, where would you want some of that money to go? The difference between the Black Piggy Bank and other attempts to collect or receive reparations is, again, the people determine our reparations, not the government. Why not ask the government for reparations like we've been doing? I don't think that's realistic. If I said Black people had everything they needed to sustain a self-sufficient society, would I be exaggerating?
At the beginning of your presentation, when you asked that question, being on the school board and knowing like the terrible reading scores, my answer was like, no. The question is, if you collect like funding for a hospital, how much of that involvement would your company have in the actual execution of that business?
Start to finish. Start to finish, from ideas to implementation. The way that we've been tricked as a Black society is infiltration. So we do the same thing. I can research the top Black doctors, right? So the goal would be to develop the Black Piggy Bank, generate income, offer them an offer they can't deny, but we'll be involved from start to finish.
What's the focus on the subscription model versus the non-subscription model?
In my research to run the app, it's like over $200,000 to develop an app like this and invest in. We gotta maintenance these apps, we gotta create these apps, we gotta pay the developers. So this way we generate more income, but it's based off of people not having to pay for none of the services once the buildings are built. The same way you would work with an Acorn app for investing, this would be what you would do for the Black Piggy Bank. We turn reparations into a business model, and we say reparations can be now at the cash registers all around the world. First thing you would do is download the app, fill out a survey, and then we'll figure out the best way based off AI. Then we convert you into a user, and then every time you swipe your card, you allocate what you want to spend towards Black communities. We're not telling people to shop only for Black people. I think that's the biggest misconception we ever had. It's over 327 million Americans today. Imagine them simultaneously swiping their card, and 60 cents just goes into the Black Piggy Bank. We're instantly billionaires. It's over $1.5 trillion in spend Black dollars every year. So what this will allow us to do is to have some type of control and focus of our spend, because right now we are comfortable with being influencers and not owners. So there's no disruption to spending habits. Again, you can spend money anywhere in the world, but what you are doing is you're allocating the change that you're changing the world with to go into the Black community. So after every 12 months, we review our portfolio. Whichever one that generated the most income, we start digging a hole in the ground based off of that. What is my background in investing? I have none. You know, I have no background in investing at all. What I do notice is schools, hospitals, jobs, businesses, banks, airports, government system, they all got a lot of things in common. The annual beneficiaries of Black dollars generated from the consumption of Black people buying products or participating in systems outside of our control. We engage in systems that we don't own, but we kind of master them. We become the face of it. But our equity is like over $1.5 trillion are consumed purely from the Black dollar. That's not people just in Madison. We talk Black people all around. Black power has always been in the Black dollar and percentages at the register. Black people account for 13.4% of the American population. So in consideration of these numbers, it's safe to say that the common struggle amongst Black people is a profit and business model. The biggest benefit of the Black Piggy Bank is nobody that's a member before we dig in the ground will ever have to pay for any of the services. But can anybody tell me why? Say like if we was to dig a hole in the ground, top of 2025, but let's say a hospital, right? Because when you go in, you get a big hospital bill. Right, but you've been a member since before it was built, right? And your car is still hooked up. So the reason why we won't charge people every time they come in, because people are swiping their cars every day. We've already been paid. I go to McDonald's, they ask me, do you want to round up? I go in Walmart, do you want to round up? What is the cause? What is the reason? I never know. It's just a good thing to do. If nothing else, the Black Piggy Bank will be that same good thing, the same good feeling. It's just a good thing to do. Making change will change because obviously people have the option to sign up and allocate whatever they can towards the Black Piggy Bank portfolios that we present. The best way that I would say you guys will be able to support us is completing the survey, pulling out phones, scanning the QR code, and then just giving us some more information, more needs, more direction of how we can better improve. The bpbank@gmail.com. The subject line, making change with change for the Black Piggy Bank. So thank you all.
That's great.
Thank you.